Hello, this is your RPG Archivist, and we're going to do the unboxing of the Star Trek Adventures role-playing game starter set by Modiphhius. I have a thing for box sets. I really enjoy... I don't know what it is about them. I guess it's because I really got going with the old red box set, the Mincer edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and I to this day I still feel like a good starter set is the best way to get into any role-playing game that you don't know anything about. Well, the reason I'm unboxing this one isn't just because of that. It's also because I've got some friends that are interested in playing Star Trek for some reason. So, okay, I'm not against it. I like Star Trek, but I've always had trouble with it as a role-playing game. I tell you what, let me show you this other one first. This is an old one. This is our old FOSSA. The Star Trek basic game. FOSSA. It says logo's here somewhere. Yeah, there it is, the old FOSSA logo. Yeah, this Star Trek license has changed hands in the RPG industry many times. This is one of the older ones. I don't think it's the oldest, but it's definitely older. And I don't remember when this was made. But this is classic Trek, and I'm just going to pop it open. I haven't even looked in this thing. It's probably got adventure modules in it, too. But I'm just going to pop it open real quick, and we'll have a quick look around. Oh, look at these old dice. Oh, wow. So you might notice, instead of 1 to 20, it's got 1 to 10 twice, and you got little pluses. The pluses, if you want to roll it as a D10, you could ignore the pluses. If you roll it as a D20, then you put a 1 next to it. And between these two dice, you could roll percentiles with it. So these would be your 10s, and this would be your 20s. Pretty clever. Pretty clever. I don't know why my red one isn't marked like my white one is. Maybe I didn't get to it? Don't know. Yeah, a little United Federation of Planets Game Operations Manual. I think that's the Game Master Guide. Not sure. Cadet Orientation Source Book. Starfleet Officer's Manual. And you know what? I don't remember what this one is. It's been a while. I've tried running this a couple of times, but I've ran into some problems. I don't know if it was the system or if I just wasn't used to it. Look, Star Wars, you run Star Wars, it's an action all the way kind of game. You get a little role play in there, but sooner or later you're going to have to pull out them blasters. In theory, most of your Star Trek games could probably be done without any fighting whatsoever. The conflict is all research and figuring out who's doing what and why, and in theory it's a purely role-play game. At least that's what I'm thinking, which brings me to, I knew there was an adventure in here. This is a cool little adventure, by the way. Problem is, when I ran it, I was still used to playing D&D, and I ran it more like a dungeon crawl, which is a little bit of a dungeon crawl in space, but that's not the meat of it. Oh look, some old Star Trek character data record sheets. What is all this? Old notes, I guess, from who knows when, for who knows what. Yeah, neat. I just basically wanted to show people this to, point out that there are variations of this RPG out there, and my own experience with it, which is actually very little. It's been so long since I ran this, I honest to God do not even remember how this game runs. I remembered being kind of clunky, but for reasons I don't even remember why. It might have just been me. Who knows? Anyway, let's get to the main event. We came for an unboxing of the new stuff. Modiphhius. This is their 2D20 system. Star Trek Adventures role-playing game starter set. And I'm gonna get my borrowing behemoth out of here. I'm thinking about changing the color of his base to orange or something. I'm just not liking it. I don't know. Yeah, but that's another thing. Anyway, let's pull out the old hobby knife. And gotta do this just right. Can't get it down in the recesses very good. There we go. That's 3 of the 4 sides done, and I do my little patented trick where I attempt, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Voila! Plastic wrap on the back gone. But I still have the plastic wrap on the front. I can see already this camera angle is going to be awkward. I need a better device to do this camera on. Let me read this back real quick, because I haven't read this back in a while. I don't even remember what it says. Starfleet needs a new crew. Your continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Star Trek Adventures takes you to the final frontier of the galaxy, where new discoveries await keen explorers. Your duties may take you to the edges of known space, to Federation colonies in need, to the borders of neighboring galactic powers, or into the eye of interstellar phenomena. Your ship and your crew epitomize the best Starfleet and the United Federations of planets have to offer, and you are needed more than ever. Okay, and it goes through all what's in the box, but we're not going to read that part because we're going to look and actually see what's in the box. Ha-ha! Oh, awkward camera angles. Awkward camera angles. Here we go. Okay, we have counters. I'm assuming this is for the inevitable starting adventure, which I have no problem with whatsoever, because I enjoy... I think every box set needs an adventure. In fact, I think that's foregone conclusion. I don't know any box set that doesn't have an adventure with it. Every box set needs an adventure. And I'm sure there's one in here as well. We have 2D20 for the 2D20 system that Modiphhius uses, which I haven't had much experience with. Mutant Chronicles uses that 2D20 system, but they don't remember these special dice. I don't know. Huh. Anyway, let's see, more counters. Okay. More counters. Ooh, look at this. I got some Romulans. Ooh. Oh, got a little Klingons down at the bottom. A couple of them. Look at all these Romulans and just 2 Klingons, huh? Yeah, they're tough. Alright. Let's see. Ooh, maps. Yeah, there's definitely going to be an adventure in here. Definitely going to be an adventure. Aha! Ooh. Nice. More maps. What else do we have? More maps. Oh yeah. Looking forward to that. Okay. Player characters. The first officer. Let's look through these real quick. Player characters. First officer. Commander. Oh, these are the pre-gens. They even have names, so you don't put their own name. I guess you could put your own name. Oh, this guy's a Bajoran. Okay, so this one is going to be set in the current paradigm and not the old Trek, which is what I prefer. Con officer. Yeah, she tricks people into giving her money. No. Nah, you know what it is. Con officer, that's that's the person that's going to be in charge of communications. That's it. Should be comm officer, though, shouldn't it? Not con. Am I right? Should be like communications officer? I don't know. Lieutenant Commander Lang Zhang Yuman. Let's see. Flip over here. Chief Engineer. Giving it all she's got, Captain. That's terrible. Let's see. Junior grade Handel Dell. Trill Dell Symbiont. Oh, wow. They're going to try and stuff them all in, aren't they? Those are both from Bajoran and Trill. That's both from my favorite, DS9. Deep Space Nine. Best of the Star Trek series, in my opinion. Except maybe the original Trek, which I love tremendously. Oh, there's an Orion. I didn't even have to read it. No, Andorian, not Orion. Ooh, boy. Yeah, that was a big mistake. Orions are very different. Very different. And these Andorians, I believe, were introduced in original Trek, but they weren't that common. I think that they may only showed up in 1 or 2 episodes in the original Trek. But I remember them showing up quite a bit in, what's that one that came after DS9? No, not after DS9. After, the one with Captain Janeway. The one that goes back in time as a prequel. It had the most non-Trek Treks opening of any of the Treks. But it wasn't bad. Wasn't great either, but it wasn't bad. I'm going to kick myself because I can't remember. My dad's the Trekkie in the family. I'm more of a Star Wars guy. Yeah, it's your medical officer, Lieutenant T'Prell. There's your Vulcan. You can't have Star Trek without Vulcans. Player Starship? Oh wait, the Starship has a record sheet. Look at that! Oh, look at that! USS Magellan. Federation Starship. Multi-role Explorer. Ooh. Nice. Huh. Magellan. I bet that's Magellan, not Magellan. The funny thing, my first encounter with the word genre was in text, and I was pronouncing it Janier for some reason. Yeah. It's funny. Okay, there's our record sheets. Wow, the ship has a record sheet. That's cool. That's cool. Star Trek Adventures. The role-playing game starter rules. Let's flip through this just for a second. I'm going to get the box out of the way. This camera angle's a little awkward. Just a little bit. I'll come back to that. Wish I had like a better thing than this cheap Walmart. Gives a nice little light, but it's really meant for like showing your face, and I'm not a face kind of guy. Okay, welcome to your first assignment. Oh, please tell me this is a solo adventure. Oh, please tell me it's a solo adventure. I love solo adventures. This is the best way to learn any system. Solo adventures have gone out of favor over the years. Nice art. Consistent. Of course, if you've seen my channel, I don't fault any game for inconsistent art. In fact, I really enjoy the artwork in a game called Deliria, and it's the most inconsistent everywhere art I've ever seen in any book. But for some reason, a lot of people like to have all the art consistent, and not like old school first edition D&D where it was a little bit everywhere. I know very little about the Modiphhius rules. I started to read the Mutant Chronicles core rulebook, and I didn't get very far in it, so I really don't know much about this system. I do like that this is all in a nice small pamphlet. Ooh, look, Starship Combat. A Defiant style. Oh, it is the Defiant. It's not a Defiant style. It actually says Defiant on it. Warp Core Breach imminent. There's always a Warp Core Breach imminent. It's practically a trope now. Okay. Alright. Nice, easy rules, I'm assuming. It's like 24 pages? 25 pages? That's gonna be good. What else is in the box? What else? A Star Beyond Stars. Starter campaign. Ooh, it's not a short little adventure. It's a full-on campaign. Ooh. I wonder if I should... I'm going to flip the pages off to the side a little bit, just in case somebody's worried about spoiling. Ooh, nice artwork. Huh. Oh, wow. Ooh. For the tokens to be put on. Very cool. And, of course, Star Trek Adventures role-playing game core rulebook. I wonder if this is one of the core rulebooks I bought and forgot exists in my collection. Be funny if it were, if I actually have that and I don't even know it. I wouldn't be surprised, though. That's something I would do for sure. So, that is the contents of the Modiphhius Star Trek Adventures book. And, yeah. I may read this. I should read this, because people are kind of itching to play Star Trek, and I've got the content. I may as well run it, right? As long as the rules are quick and easy to read, you know, and easy to grok. Who knows? Maybe I'll be running this pretty soon. It's assuming we don't decide that going full bore on our current D&D game isn't preferable. I guess we'll see. You never know. Sometimes people are like, yeah, I want to play X, Y, and Z, and everybody's on board, and then when you actually get down to brass tacks, everybody wants to go back to what they were doing before. It happens. Anyway, it would be nice to actually run something that's not D&D. I haven't ran anything that's not D&D in so long. Or D&D adjacent, like Dungeon Crawl Classics. It'll be nice. Anyway, let's keep the video short. This has been your RPG Archivist, and see ya.